Hello and welcome to MSW Films, your one-stop shop for internet entertainment. Today I want to talk about our president, Donald Trump. Okay, I'm wearing my Trump is my president t-shirt just because I don't live in La La Land. Whether I like Donald Trump or I don't like Donald Trump, I live in America, and the motherfucker is my president. So all the people out there who are sitting there saying, Trump's not my president, he's not my president, he's not my president, welcome back to reality. He is your fucking president if you live in this country. And I don't know why everybody really cares about all this stuff so much anyway. I mean, since when does the president make any fucking difference in the world? I've been alive for 42 fucking years, and I can tell you, out of all the presidents that we've had, Trump has by far achieved more in just the 2 years that he's been in office, more than any other president in my whole entire lifetime. In fact, I don't even know of many presidents who even on what they campaigned on for their promises, even fulfilled one of them. They did the fucking complete opposite. And pay attention, man. He at least is doing what he promised and was elected on. You know, and I gotta give him props for that. You know, so hats off to Donald Trump, man. But at the same time, I don't really give a fuck. It doesn't matter. And to all you people who think it does matter, you're a fucking idiot. It really doesn't. It's really cool that we have somebody in office now that was a billionaire walking in, because, I keep hearing all these fucking dumbasses saying, we need to see his tax returns. We need to see his tax returns. The people's tax returns you need to see is every fucking politician who is now a multi-millionaire. Let's see their fucking tax returns, because you cannot become a multi-millionaire in politics. It's not fucking possible. Only if you're corrupt. That's the only way you can become a fucking millionaire, multi-millionaire in politics. These motherfuckers only make like $200,000 a year. How the fuck do they have $100 million in a bank like Nancy Pelosi and people like this? How the fuck's that even possible? So fuck Donald Trump's tax returns. We knew he was a millionaire. We knew he was a millionaire when he walked in. He's not a fucking puppet politician. But to think that there aren't people still above him, because he does always sit there and brag, I got $7 billion in the bank. That's a lot of money, and it's great that you have that money. Good for you. But at the same time, man, there are a lot of people out there that got a lot more money than that. So they have a lot more control of natural resources and just the world in general. So, if they wanted him gone, he'd be gone. So stop thinking that the presidents control everything. They fucking don't. The motherfuckers who control the land, the energy, the water, the natural resources. These are the motherfuckers who run the world. And it ain't your president, dude. It never has been and never will be. And if you don't know that, you're a fucking moron. So, just stop saying this stuff but the reality is he is our president, so as long as you live in this country, he's your president. Well, you don't have to like your president. That's perfectly fine. I haven't liked any president since Ronald Reagan, and I was just a kid then. So, and he was an actor, Ronald Reagan was an actor, man. So he wasn't really a politician. So maybe that's why these politicians are fucking corrupt. They're crooked. And I have one question for everybody. This is a question I don't understand why it's not asked all the time. But, in my lifetime, there has been, you had George Herbert Walker Bush, and then you had fucking Bill Clinton, and then you had fucking George W. Bush, and then Hillary Clinton's running. Obama just comes out of nowhere and fucked everything up. And then now Hillary's supposedly running again in 2020. Is the Clintons and the Bushes really? I mean, is there not any other fucking? There's how many people are in America? 325, 320 million. So they say that's not including all the illegal immigrants that they don't fucking put on the census. So probably more like about 350, 360 million people. And you're gonna sit there and say that we only have these fucking families to choose from? That doesn't get a little suspicious to any of you? That's not suspicious? That's not weird? It's always the bushes and the fucking. I mean, just look at how. Pay attention to how much our lives have changed. You know, because I pay attention to this shit, and our lives have dramatically went just downhill. And I think back to, when did all this start? When did all this shit start? When did all, you know, all our rights? Half the motherfuckers out there don't even know their Bill of Rights. It's 10 fucking things, people. Come on. If you don't know them, just shut the fuck up. Go learn them. That's my advice to you. Shut up and go learn them. Don't talk to me about nothing if you don't know. When you were born into this world, you were born on a goddamn game board. You were born on a playing board. How do you play the game if you don't know the fucking rules? How do you not know them? My son, when he graduated from high school, and I asked him about the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and stuff, they said they give you 2 days, 2 fucking days to learn about that shit in public schools. 2 days to learn the rules to the game, the law of the land. You get 2 days. The rest is just fucking hogwash, and who gives a fuck? Because it doesn't really matter anyway. Name one person that can tell me that their high school diploma gave them anything better in this world. Like your parents all were brainwashed to program to tell you, you can't do anything if you don't get your diploma. Yeah, I never went to college. I had my own fucking company. That's bullshit. You can do whatever the fuck you want. They should be teaching people to believe in themselves, teaching children to believe in themselves. Let them know, you know, you should have a fucking class that's literally daydreaming. You should be able to daydream. That should be a fucking class, daydreaming. That way you can dream about and have time to think about what it is. They keep asking you, what do you want to do for a living? What do you want to do for a living? Give me some fucking time to think about it. You need a daydream class, and that should be a long class, you know. Give time to be creative, time to mingle with other kids. You know, my grandson has got a fucking, they want him to learn all these words and all his alphabet. The motherfucker's in kindergarten. He's in kindergarten. When I was in kindergarten, we built things. We just would sit in circles and play games and finger paint, fucking take naps and shit. You learn to just be around other people. You know, learn how to just be around other children and be a kid. That's what it was about. Now they want to shove all this shit down your fucking throat. Don't give you no time to have some kind of a life. Man, fuck all that shit. I don't understand how people even put up with it. I don't. I mean, I don't have to put up with it. My son's graduated and my daughter is homeschooled. She no way will go to a public school institution, state government-ran institution that fucking puts bullshit into your head. That ain't happening. So anyway, you know, it's just people need to do a lot more. They do a lot more research on things, especially like your Bill of Rights. But again, back to what I was saying, I get off track real easy because I like to rant. This is one of my rant videos. So I don't know. You know, I started paying attention to where the fuck all this stuff went wrong, and it went wrong when 9/11 happened. Everybody remember that? It's fucking crazy how fast people forget about shit. They forget about stuff so quick. And I don't know, is it something that they are putting in the water and in their food? I have no fucking idea. But I don't think that I'm that smart. So why is everybody so fucking dumb, man? They're just forgetting. It's, dude, when them towers fell, first off, number one, there's lots of things that irritate me about this, but when them towers fell, our government still, in the 9/11's commission report, says that Muslims did that. That's what our government tells you. That's what the big fucking liars tell you, you know. And then now we got fucking, there's like Muslim patrol things in New York. If I'm not mistaken, there's a Muslim congresswoman. They have a fucking mosque right next to Ground Zero. What the fuck? And now if you say anything about a Muslim person, you're Islamophobic. This is just asking a question. I mean, I personally don't really know any Muslims, but I'm just saying that this is fucking something to question. It is definitely what happened. I thought they're the ones that attacked us. But then, if you were paying attention, when Obama was president, he did say that no, it wasn't Iraq or any of them people. It was Saudi Arabia. So that means that what, we went to Iraq and Baghdad and killed all them fucking people. How come nobody talks about it? Nobody wants to talk about any of that. Nobody says nothing about it. You know, inform yourself, people. you gotta ask questions. You gotta question everything and everybody. It's just that's the way everyone should be taught to live. You know. But anyway, you talk about when them towers fell. What happened? What changed? Number one, our whole entire lives became under security. I never saw a fucking video camera up on a goddamn post when I was growing up. In fact, before 9/11, I never saw one of them anywhere except for like in a bank or something. Now they're fucking everywhere. They got you under surveillance. You're constantly under surveillance. We live in a surveilled world, period. And that all happened after 9/11. And I just like to think back, because that's something I like to do, is think. So when I started dating my wife back in like 1991 or whatever, it was right after Bush was in office, George Herbert Walker Bush, and I remember it just, if you do your research on the fucking Bushes, number one, when that man died, everybody was like, oh man, God bless him. Man, fuck that motherfucker. Anybody knows anything about any of that shit, look at his track record. It's public information. Go look it up. Look at his track record. He does not have a good track record. He's a fucking liar, and he's a businessman. He's an oil tycoon, and that's what he does. He's friends with Saudi Arabia. He's friends with all them people. There is videos of it. There is pictures of it. There's all kinds of documentation of it. All you gotta do is look it up. Stop looking up fucking people farting in people's faces all the time and all the stupid shit on Facebook and Twitter and whatever the fuck it is you do. Go look this shit up. It's real, man. And anyway, he wanted to get over to Iraq. He wanted over in Iraq, and I remember this because my wife's mother's boyfriend at the time was he was in something, if you remember, called Operation Desert Storm, where George Herbert Walker Bush wanted all of the people to go over there for a war, and it was for his fucking oil. Duh. And the people, because of everything that happened with Vietnam and stuff, people weren't getting behind it. So that did not last too long, and they wound up pulling back, and the war that stopped. Well, Big Georgie didn't get what he wanted, So ironically, his fucking son, who we all should be able to agree was, I think, might have been the dumbest fucking president ever. That motherfucker was stupid. He was really dumb. I mean, there's pictures. I think one of the funniest ones was a picture of him reading to a class, and the book is upside down. The motherfucker is stupid, okay? He was a C average student. That's all he was. He was a C average student, and the motherfucker's the president. So this is what I mean by it doesn't matter who the fuck the president is. It don't matter. This is all bought and paid for. Everything. Your government, everything has been bought and paid for. Most of you before you were ever even born. So I don't even understand why everybody who gives a fuck? Who cares? Go live your life. Go enjoy your life. Go enjoy what life you have left, because it's a gift and it could be gone in any second. That's just the facts, Jack. So anyway, back to the Operation Desert Storm. So what happens? They pull out, and then fucking Clinton comes in, gets his fucking blowjobs and all this good stuff, and then was supposedly impeached, but I don't ever remember him being taken out of office and no longer being our president and the vice president taken over. I don't remember that happening because it didn't happen. And anyway, so he's doing all this stuff. Massive sex offender, which, not a problem. Let's take his wife in now. This cunt's still fucking running for president. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that people even tolerate this. How blind is everybody? Anyway, skip by him, and all of a sudden little Georgie becomes president, and nobody wanted to back that Operation Desert Storm war. Nobody wanted to back it. You need a reason to go to war. You need a reason for the people to get behind you. So what happened? The towers fell. Now we got a fucking reason, don't we? And with good reason. Everybody was fucking furious about that. I mean, it was a devastating thing that happened to our country. So we all got behind that, and we went to Iraq and Baghdad and blew them fuckers up. Just horrible stuff. But that's when Big Daddy George got his war, because now we're back in Iraq. We're still fucking in Afghanistan and all over there. We're still fucking there. It's almost been 2 decades. Still there. Motherfucker got what he wanted. And the crazy part about all this is like they said, Obama said it was the Saudis. Who the fuck knows who it really was? Who knows? It's all fucking lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. It's just amazing that these same people keep fucking it's like, we have no other choices? This is it? This is it, people? Are you serious? Man, there's many people who are just ridiculous people. I would rather be my president than the ones that have chosen. Now, Donald Trump is cool. I'll stick with that because I know it doesn't really matter. But he's entertaining. At least he speaks his mind, and for that, I give him mad props. You know, you can trust him a little bit better. Is he a liar? I'm sure he's a fucking liar. I mean, he's a billionaire. He's been living his life getting whatever the fuck he wants for as long as he wants. Come on. You get you're a billionaire. You got a crazy lifestyle. But you do got to stop and ask, is he, well, yeah, I guess he is nuts. I was going to say, is he nuts for giving up a lifestyle like that to come and be hated and his whole family belittled? I'm sure it's like you see Melania's, you know, not always hesitant to, or she is hesitant to hold his hand and stuff like that, but I guess so. That woman was getting everything she fucking wanted, living the dream. Now she's got every fucking eye on her, everybody looking at her. She's under a fucking microscope 24/7. So now, yeah, does that impact her life? Absolutely. So, yeah, I would be a little pissed at my husband too if you fucked it all up like that. And you do got to ask, why did he do that? Why would you give up all that? Why would you put your family at risk and do all that stuff? I mean, is it because he's a good president? I don't know. Could be that he's just fucking power hungry like the rest of them. But I'll tell you one thing for a fact. In my opinion, every motherfucking president is absolutely insane, because any person who wants to be in charge of 320 some million people is fucking crazy, dude. You're crazy. If you want to try to be in control of people in general, people always try to control people. You want to control the fucking whole country? You got a couple loose marbles rolling around in your head, man. It's just the way I look at it. So, you know, I support our president. He is my president because I live in America. Just reality. That's all. Doesn't mean I have to agree with everything he says, and it doesn't mean that I think he's going to change the world. I mean, I remember when Obama was elected president. You know, I didn't like Obama, but I didn't go out there and start, you know, I never seen the shit that I'm seeing now with Trump. I never saw that. But there was one lady that was on the news saying, oh my God, I don't ever have to pay my mortgage again. Thank you, Jesus. Really? Because a black man's in the office? Now you don't have to pay your bills? You're fucking retarded. That's the best. I know people take offense to that word, but you know, when I was a kid, mentally retarded was actually a term, a medical term used by doctors, but it offended people. Doesn't offend me. Doesn't offend anybody I know. But to some people it offends them. They need to be called, you know, challenged or whatever. I think that's more offensive. You're challenged. The fuck, retarded. You're retarded. You know, you're not thinking straight. But that's, you know, that's just what I call people that you ain't thinking straight. You're retarded. So anyway, I'm ranting on again. That's just, like I said, is one of my rants. But yeah, man, you gotta stop putting all your thinking like people arguing and they're fighting against one another over who's the president and whether he's making good decisions or bad decisions. Why don't people just go on and live your life? Go out and do something, man. Stop putting all your attention into this dumb shit and go live your life. You know, I decided to do that a while ago. You know, in fact, when I was 21 years old, I remember sitting in traffic. I was sitting there in traffic, and I just looked around. I was on 695 and just looking around. It's bumper to bumper traffic, and everybody had a disgusting, hateful look on their face. You might have that one just lucky, happy asshole out there who's just like, you know, because he's got it. You know, he's figured it out, and he just doesn't give a fuck. But everybody else, me included, had this just disgusting look on our faces, all of us. We were all in the traffic jam, and you're stuck there, and it's fucked up. And all I could think about, I'm 21 years old here, and all I could think about, Jesus Christ, and every one of these people are going to get up and do it again tomorrow. And they're not even going to question this. They're not even going to question it. They're just going to get up and do it again tomorrow. That's when I said, not me, Slick. I ain't fucking doing this. You know, so I own my own company. I work for myself. I own my own company. I make my own rules. I decide what I make. You just think for yourself. No, I never went to college, and you couldn't pay me these days to send one of my children to college or myself, because obviously they're the most confused motherfuckers on the planet right now. Colleges are mostly liberal, and that is very socialism leaning ideologies, and it's a dictatorship. It's a lot like Hitler Youth. That's what that shit seems like to me. It's what reminds me of through the history that I've read. So yeah, you don't need all that stuff. So everybody tells you do, they're fucking lying. You can do anything you want to do if you put your brain to it. Don't give up on your dreams. Have dreams. Take time to dream. That's why I was saying you need to have that daydream class. You need all that stuff. Decide what you want to do. You have one life, and at the end of the day, there is no fucking rules. There's laws. They're made by people, though. There's something more created all this. So there's not any rules. There's not. I'm sure I'll get into that further with other videos, because I have a pretty deep philosophy on that subject. But yeah, you just do what makes you happy. Do you, and you'll be all right. But stop fighting each other over something that has nothing to do with you. Just because the president is on the fucking on your television show or your television screen in your living room doesn't mean he's in your house. Doesn't mean he's sitting down with dinner or having dinner with you. He's not part of your family. He doesn't give a fuck about you. It's common fucking sense, man. One good thing I could tell you about me growing up making movies and stuff, I learned that stuff is an illusion at a very young age. I remember sitting in my Pop ran a movie theater, and I would go up, and they called it the caboose, where we would change the film, and we would shine them out of the projector holes. So we'd have to change the film and get it ready for the next, when the film was getting ready to switch. And I would sit up there and watch movies like Clash of the Titans and Gremlins and crazy shit with my pop. And so I got to grow up around this stuff, and I got the interest in making movies. And once I started doing it, I realized it's like a big magic trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. They take things out of context. It's like some of the movies that I've made, whether it be Deceit or The Closet Monster or The Session, or there's other movies that I've made on my my channel here. You can look them up. Some people have said to me, how could you have your daughter around that stuff? It didn't go down like that, dude. It's an illusion. It's not fucking real. And people think it is, and they don't believe anything that you ever see from a Hollywood fucking studio or that you ever see on television. Don't ever believe it. It's not true. Now, there is true documentaries and things of real footage of real shit, but you ain't going to see that stuff on television. You're not going to see that stuff there. Your television is ran by 5 different companies. You're getting what they want you to get. So, I'm ranting on. So, it's just, stop hating each other over the fucking president, dude. It's stupid. If you don't agree with them, so what? Who gives a fuck? Go worry about your own life. Stop fighting each other about dumb shit. It's just dumb. It really is stupid. People need to be together, work together. It don't matter what color or creed. That stuff doesn't matter. It never has, and it hasn't for a long time. It's the televisions and stuff that make you even think that stuff. Racism really doesn't even exist. It only exists in small, tiny little urban areas somewhere off in the fucking corner of the world. It's not that big of a thing at all. I mean, I've never really even seen any real racism in my whole existence. So the only place I see that shit is on the news and on television. It's not real, people. It's just not fucking real. So anyway, I'm ranting on. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell to get notifications for all the new videos.
Who rang that bell?
Hopefully you did.
Wait,